last time I was zeicha to participate in the Moshiach shir. We reviewed Pinchas and then Aleph, which speaks about the avodah of the panini, and we talked about how that avodah of living in the moment, the tachas hashlemus, in machshava divrei maisa, that's the Rebbe explains that is the avodah to bring Mashiach. Not to think that just because at Mashiach, any moment, anyways, we're going to Yerushalayim, Mashiach is coming. So what's the point of sanctifying the present? So Rebbe explained that no, that's the avodah, and that's what it means to live with Mashiach. Because when Mashiach comes, that in the panini is going to be felt completely. So I wanted to this time actually backtrack to Parshas Balak, the week before Tafshin and Aleph. The Rebbe discusses there. That year in Aleph was the same Kavias. So Parshas Balak fell out on Shiv Asar Tammuz, and the Rebbe explained, as we all know, that not only is Shiv Asar Tammuz a day which is Bilti Ratzei, but ultimately it's a day which is the 17th of Tammuz, is a day which is Taiv, and how that is being felt more and more in these last generations, and that's why punked in the Deus Achrenis, we have the Chag Hageulah of Yud Beis Yud Gimel Tammuz, which is again that year as this year, Yud Beis Yud Gimel Tammuz was the Shabbos which was the completion of Yud Beis Yud Gimel Tammuz, and that's because the inner positive aspect of the day that it will ultimately be was felt this year as Shabbos Tammuz fell out on Shabbos, and is felt in these days more as we have the Chag HaGeula taking place in the month of Tammuz. Fine. And this Sikha discusses some of those inyanim, and the Rebbe builds it up. And then the Rebbe starts speaking about the importance of Mashiach shirs, of learning Mashiach. But we all know that part and parcel of learning about Mashiach is living with Mashiach. And more than any other source, not that I've seen too many sources, but more than I've ever seen, there's a very clearly elucidated explanation of what it means to live with Mashiach. Just in a few paragraphs, the Rebbe really spells out what it means and what the ultimate goal of learning all of these concepts that we learn every night is to bring it in. So I wanted to share tonight a little bit of the Holy Isis from the Rebbe Sikha from Balak and Aleph to help us understand what it means not just to learn about Mashiach, but to live with Mashiach. And obviously, again, this year, it's stressed even more so that the Kavias falls out as it does, that this year Tisha B'Av falls out on Shabbos, v'chulu, v'chulu. So it says like this, V'aid v'ikr, that the limud is, that the limud of learning Hilchas Beis Bechira should not just be Hilchasa l'Mashicha, rather it should be halacha l'maisa b'payil b'rega shel achreza. Not just some sort of preparation for Mashiach in the future, but mamish halacha l'maisa, just like you're learning Hilchas Tefillin or Birchas Hanan for the payil b'rega shel achreza. Since any moment Mashiach is going to come, Yigala v'yaveh mishamayim, and the Beis Hamikdash is going to be revealed from heaven. On this, it explains in the last tekufa, b'negeya to the Haisafa Miyuchadis, the Limud HaTeira, Binyan Gula Mashiach, learning b'negeya to learning about Mashiach, that it's not only in the tour of a segula, l'maher ulakarev bias Mashiach v'agula, to bring close the coming of Mashiach, elagam ba'ikr kedei lahaschil l'chayes binyan Mashiach v'agula. It's not only to bring Mashiach closer, but now learning about Mashiach is in order that we should be able to live with concepts of Mashiach. And this is, if you get anything out of this year, it's the following 1, 2, 3, about 8.5 lines. What does it mean, L'chayis? We always talk about living with Mashiach. Here it is. I'll say it in Hebrew and then we'll translate. L'chayis im azman di'emaisa Mashiach al yidei Zeh shaseichol nase memule v'chadur ba'avana v'asaga b'inyanei Mashiach u'geula shebeteira u'ba'aseichol mispashet v'chayder gam b'regash halev v'ad lahanhaga b'payol b'machshava diber ma'aseh ba'ofen hamit'im lezman miyuchad zeh she'oimdim al saf ha'geula u'marim be'etzba shezhine zeh melech HaMashiach ba. What does it mean to live with Mashiach? It means that you should live with the time of Yemaisa Mashiach, that through this your intellect is filled up and penetrated with Havana V'Yasaga, with concepts and comprehension of concepts of Mashiach Geula in the Torah, and from the Seichel it will be mispashid, will sort of go out and penetrate into the feelings of the heart until your thought, speech, and action are accustomed in a way that that they're aligned in this special way, that we're standing on the footsteps of the Geula, and we recognize and we can point with our finger and say, Hine zeh melech HaMashiach ba.
Whoa.
So when I saw that the first time, I was like, okay. So what does it mean? We talk about learning about Mashiach. The Rebbe is saying, you know how to live with Mashiach means that you're pashit, you're obsessed. Your mind is overflowing with concepts of Mashiach. It's definitely not. It's definitely not meant to be something that is confined to a few minutes of a shir at night. It's something that is meant to be thought about and reviewed. So it basically and learned about, so it basically overflows, and that penetrates into the Regash Halev, and that ultimately penetrates into our thoughts, speech, and action. The Rebbe continues that even though we know the Maimer Chazal from the Gemara Sanhedrin, that Mashiach will come behesach hadas, which means anyone have a good translation for Hesach Hadas? Like
the moving of awareness.
At a moment, what?
No. It's
unexpected.
Awareness.
Yeah.
State of awareness.
What?
State of
unawareness.
Unawareness. Yeah, basically when you're not expecting it, right? That's what the Gemara says. So the Rebbe points out very clearly that that's not a stira chas v'shalom l'machshava v'izbainanus b'ayfen shel das. So what we just said, that you should be listening to the words l'machshava v'izbainanus b'ayfen shel das. That your thoughts and your zbainanus, you're meditating in a way of das. That you're making it your self-awareness and your higher state of consciousness is aligned with Mashiach. Not a stira. It says Mashiach is going to come a Hesach Hadas, and the Rebbe is saying, fill your das with Mashiach. How is that not a stira? Because
good question.
because when it comes to Mashiach Geula, that first of all, Machshav v'Izbainanus is Leida lahakir sha'imnim kavar ba'knisa l'meis Mashiach. First and foremost, it's to know and to recognize that we're standing already at the entrance to the days of Mashiach. Hine zeba. Since already kulikolatz kitzin, all of the deadlines have passed, including v'kavar asu tshuva. We already did tshuva. V'sayiko inyane aveda b'shleimus. We already completed our entire aveda completely. Kechol pratei hadavarim hamurim la'el, which we said earlier. The Rebbe explained, just to give you a sense of what we've completed. So the Rebbe said that at the beginning of the Tekufa of the Frierdiker Rebbe, the Frierdiker Rebbe famously said, "Alter l'tshuva, alter l'geula," that we'll do tshuva, and immediately we'll do tshuva, immediately we'll be redeemed. So since then, it's been a yavel, it's been a 50-year period, so to speak, and we've certainly completed our entire Veda. Also, we needed to polish the buttons; those were also polished. We already finished. We just need now to stand prepared to be Makabel Pnei Mashiach Tzidkenu. And at the completion of this Tekufa, bevade l'loi kol safek v'sveik sveika, that already higia zman ha'geula, we've reached the time of the geula, in the lashon of Chazal, kol kitzin, including the Indian of tshuva, and this has already been done b'shleimus, including the shleimus of Mashiach ata la'atva b'tzidikaya b'tiyufta, which is a language from the Zohar, that the tzaddikim are going to do tshuva. That was also completed mitzad nitzitz Mashiach shebecho echad v'achad miYisrael. The Rebbe continues. So all of this was completed. And what does it mean, Hesach Hadas? It means Lamayla min Hadas. Hainu shalachar she'inin zeh chayder b'daitei ayidei amshach v'izbainus chulu. Harizah nasa etza ba'efen shas Hesach Hadas Lamayla min Hadas. You know what it means that Mashiach is going to come? The Hesach Hadas, the Rebbe says it means the Mailam min Hadas, that your mind is so penetrated with concepts of Mashiach and you're living with it to such an extent that it's a behesach hadas. It's even higher than das. It's become an essential part of you. That's what it means, a hesach hadas. Not when you're not expecting it, that you're always expecting it, you're always thinking about it, and that way it's behesach hadas. It's even higher than your das. You've been misbainin to such an extent. I think that's pshat. That you've been, this bainanus is to such an extent that it's been internalized as part of your das, and now it's going to come like, it's even higher than that. And
I think that's gonna like mishpashet
Huh?
outside.
yeah.
Inside.
Anyways, that was really the etzem nekuda that I wanted to share. I encourage everyone to look inside the sikha to see the words. I think it really spells out the avoda aspect of learning Yanagul Moshiach, and just to remind ourselves that, you know, it's not to be misbah chas v'shalom, and of course we have so much on our plate, but to remind ourselves that this is